Gardening journey. Mrs. Amina lived in a small village with her husband and 2 children. She had a passion for gardening and spent most of her free time tending to her vegetable garden. Every morning, Mrs. Amina would wake up before dawn to perform her Fajr prayer. Afterward, she would head to her garden to water her plants and recite prayers for their growth. She believed that gardening was not only a means of sustenance, but also a way to cultivate her faith. As the days passed, Mrs. Amina's garden flourished, and her vegetables began to ripen. She would carefully harvest them, ensuring that none went to waste. Her family would help her sell the excess produce at the local market. With the income from the sale of her produce, Mrs. Amina would allocate a portion for savings and another for charity. She believed that giving to those in need was a fundamental aspect of her faith. Her family would often accompany her on visits to the local orphanage, where they would distribute food and clothing to the children. After a long day of gardening and selling produce, Mrs. Amina would return home to cook a delicious meal for her family using the fresh vegetables from her garden. They would sit together, sharing stories and gratitude for the blessings they had received. Occasionally, they would have picnics in their garden, surrounded by the lush greenery and vibrant flowers.
Love that's one, kindness to all, it's the way